Next question is from Haley Lily Clive. When I deadlift, my right knee caves in slightly when pulling up. Are there any correctional or mobility exercises to correct this?
Here's an easy one. I'll give you an easy, because we can get real specific and targeted, and we will. We'll talk about more specific movements for hip strength and stability, mobility. This may be due to the ankle as well. Yeah. But I'll give you something that's kind of easy, okay? If one of your knees is going in, what you want to do is give yourself something that's going to give you feedback, so you have to push your knee out while you do the exercise. A very basic way to apply correctional exercise. So what does this look like? Well, let's say my right knee is going in towards the center when I deadlift. I would attach a band around my right knee so that I have to push my right knee out to maintain tension. That way, when I do the deadlift, not only am I deadlifting, but I'm also conscious of pushing my knee out against the band and strengthening the muscle that seems to be too weak, that seems to be causing the knee to cave in. Now, the reason why that's general is although that may on the surface correct the issue, there still may be a root problem I'm not addressing. I may be strengthening my hip abductors, those are the muscles that pull my knee out, but I may not be addressing that. Maybe it's an ankle issue that's causing it. So I may be causing a better or creating a better compensation, which is okay and better than what it was before, but not necessarily ideal. But in this case, and in many cases, this is a very general thing people could do. Add a little bit of resistance in the direction that you think you need to go, and do the same exercise, and that generally will help.
The reason why that's such good general advice is it indirectly is going to support what I would say is the most common thing here. It's almost always weak feet, weak hips going on. If you have a band distraction on that knee, the feet are going to have to activate to try and help work pushing the knee out. The knee being pushed out is also going to activate the hip. So you're going to get the benefits of strengthening the hip and the feet by indirectly doing the band distraction that you're talking about. But almost always when this happens, and this is, by the way, this is was like a mind-blowing thing for me to figure all this out through Dr. Brink, because for as long as I've been doing this, like I ignored the feet and what a huge role they played in all this breakdown, like a squat like this. And when a lot of times when someone has a knee caving in, is their foot's pronating, right? So their foot pronates, the knee caves, the femur internally rotates. So that's what's happening all the way up. And if you think about that, the femur is internally rotating because it doesn't have the strength and mobility to hold it in the position it's supposed to be. The knee caves in because the foot is pronating and collapsing in. So all of it needs to be addressed. The exercise that you're talking about does a pretty good job. Now, my advice would be to work on things like—
it's not surgical, it's very general.
Yeah, right? But I mean, it would be what you suggested would be in my arsenal of things that I would do.
90-90s. Yeah.
But I'm doing 90-90s for the hips, right? So I'm doing all the 90-90 progressions that we have on the YouTube channel. So do that stuff. And then I'm doing a lot of foot and ankle stuff.
I'm going to do short foot. I'm going to do what's it called? What's the ankle one that you like?
Combat
stretch on my ankle. And then I'm going to do the band distraction. Those are the things that I would address. You want to hear how terrible of a trainer I was when I first started, by the way?
You probably would squeeze the basketball like I did.
I would stop the knee. I would stop the knee from coming in by putting something between the knees,
I used to put a basketball
or putting a band in the opposite direction to hold it out, not knowing that what I'm actually doing is making them strengthen the imbalance.
I would have done the same, except maybe I would have put like a hip circle around the knee, so at least one of them. But then I'm getting both, and now I'm like overcompensating, and it's not even doing anything.
So there you go. For half the stuff that I used to do.
You get smarter over the years.